Hey guys, it is Sophia, the Shadow Hunter, and today I'm doing my September wrap up. I should have already had this filmed already, but I haven't really been feeling good lately, and I haven't had the energy to film, and I just didn't feel like doing it, and if I did, I ran out of time, and then it wasn't quiet, and I was planning on filming yesterday. I didn't feel good, and then it ended up not being quiet, and it just didn't work out, so I decided not to do it, but I'm doing it today. So please let me know in the comments down below what you guys read in September and what you guys plan to read in October. So let's get started. The first book I read for the month of September is Bethany World by Aldous Huxley. I really enjoyed this book. To be honest, I thought I was going to like it more than I did. It was interesting. It was entertaining. I love reading about government. I like reading a little bit of science fiction, a little bit of fantasy, and just seeing what people come up when it comes to government and people's minds and people's ideas and how people take it too far and the good and the bad about it. So it's really great. If you guys have not read this, I encourage you guys to read it because it was definitely worth reading, and I want to read it again to see if there's anything that I missed, but I really enjoyed it. I just thought I was going to like it more than I did. Next, I read Alice Planet by C.S. Lewis. This I also enjoyed. I'm not sure how many stars I guess on Goodreads. Probably a 3.4, maybe 4 tops. I enjoyed this book too. It was a little bit hard to follow, but I can't wait to read the next one. And the next book I read was What Does This Button Do by Bruce Dickinson, an autobiography. I really enjoyed this book. I know when I did my review I might have sounded a little harsh on it, but after reading it and digesting it it's been about 2 weeks since I finished it now, and I really did enjoy this. This was definitely one of my favorite reads for the month of September and probably all for the year. This book is written by Bruce Dickinson, who's the lead singer of Iron Maiden. And so this book is an autobiography of his life. However, there's lots of things he does not talk about and he leaves out, and I understand that's completely up to him. But I would have liked to know more about his family and his kids and his wife. And it was short, and that was mainly my one concern. It was 400 pages. I'll tell you, it's not short. From someone his age, you thought he would have a lot more to share. And obviously he was protecting his privacy, and I understand and I respect that. I really did enjoy it. I just would like to see a little bit more. But let me know in the comments down below. Something that I find really interesting, and lots of people who are private when they write, I feel like they're a lot more open, and so for this book I feel like he was probably one of the more closed off writers, because I feel like if you guys have read any of Neil Peart's books, he's a very private person, but he talks a lot about things in his book, and it's just interesting how much people are okay to put on paper, which always makes me think of the quote by Anne Frank, paper is a man's best friend, something like that. And it's just an amazing thing because I love writing, and paper, it doesn't judge you. You can write it down and it's not going to laugh or make fun of you. And so I feel like lots of people who are private have more ability to share more, and maybe he could have, he just decided not to, but that's completely up to him. Alright, the next book I read was We Who Are Alive and Remain, The Untold Stories of Band of Brothers by Marcus Brotherton. This was also my second favorite book for the month of September. As you guys know, I love Band of Brothers stuff, and this one is about Band of Brothers. This is the untold stories, and so it went in a lot of depth about the other men of Easy Company that we didn't know. It showed some sides of people we do know and people we didn't know from the miniseries of the other book, Band of Brothers. So I really enjoyed this book. This was awesome and interesting and a little shocking to find out how much they changed people's real characters in the show to sell a movie, and I understand why they did it, but how this family reacted to it, I think they handled it very well, and I would give them a thumbs up because they could have caused lots of problems for the people, and I think they could have, but they realized, you know, that people have creative licenses, and if they're trying to sell something, they're gonna have to, you know, they're going to have to add some colorfulness somewhere, one or the other, and they did this character, which I still think for the show, it was really great because it bonded the men. I just wish that part would have been more truthful, but you know, it is what it is. The last book I read was Clockwork Angels by Neil Peart and Kevin J. Anderson. This was, I believe, my third time reading this. I wanted to read both of them before the miniseries is either a movie or a television show coming out. I'm so excited. Rush is my favorite band, and this book came out 6 years ago, and I got it for my birthday. I just read it again this month, September, last month, for my birthday, and I really enjoyed it. Some parts were slower than I remembered, but I love seeing all the Rushisms and just the great work that Kevin Anderson and Neil Peart have together, because they love science fiction. You know, they're a fan of each other's work, and they like a lot of the same things. And I think it messages beautiful together. If you guys have not read this book, I encourage you to read it. Even if you're not a Rush fan, you like science fiction, you guys should definitely check this out, because it is a great story, and I can't wait to reread the second book and see the show. So that is all the books I read for the month of September. I hope you guys liked this video. Please be sure to give the video a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time with another one. Goodbye.